Hi guys, my name is Alicia, and if you don't know who I am, I run a vintage shop on different marketplaces such as Depop and Poshmark, and today we're going to be talking about cross-listing, and I'm going to show you exactly how I cross-list all my items from one marketplace to another. So if you guys aren't familiar, cross-listing is essentially when you're taking an item that you've posted on one website or one marketplace and listing that exact same item on another, so essentially cross-listing between different platforms. If you're a reseller, you know that this is kind of an essential part of the business because the more marketplaces you're on, the better the chances you are to sell that item. And you also probably know that cross-listing is one of the most tedious, mind-numbing tasks that is part of reselling. It was personally my least favorite part of the job because of just how annoying it is, but ever since I've been using SellerAider's cross-listing tool, it has made cross-listing a breeze, and it gets done so quickly that it's not even a chore. Which is why I'm so happy to say that today's video is sponsored by SellerAider. I absolutely love SellerAider. I've been using their products and working with them for a while now. So much so that I was actually the one who initially reached out to them for collaboration. So I'm so happy to be working with them again and sharing their cross-listing tool with you. So if you guys have never heard of SellerAider, they are essentially a website and an extension that helps cross-list and grow your sales basically automatically. But today we're going to be focusing on their cross-listing tool, which helps you list to a bunch of different marketplaces super easily and automatically. And in this video, I kind of wanted to do a little comparison of how long it takes me to cross-list something like manually just on my own versus using Crosslister. So if you've ever cross-listed before manually, you're probably all too familiar with this process, but typically I post all my listings on Depop first and then cross-list from there. Okay, we're gonna time this. So normally what I'd have to do is go to my Depop, find the item I want to cross-list, click edit, go in here, manually copy the description I already wrote. Then we're gonna head over to Poshmark, click sell, click the pictures, and then go ahead and select all the images for our listing. I don't know why that didn't work. Next. More photos, because Poshmark makes it so complicated to choose the photos for some reason. Go ahead, select them all. Got to redo the cropping a little bit. God, I hate the cropping tool in Poshmark. That's fine. That will just fix a little bit. Okay, cool, good enough. Next step, okay. Rearrange these photos. Then what I do is I paste my little description in there. Then I have to cut out the title and move that to the title spot because Poshmark's a little different, so it has its own separate spot for a title. Then we have to go ahead, go through all the categories, jackets, jean jackets, size, color. It's just like super repetitive considering we already had to do all this stuff in Depop basically. I like to go with a little vintage tag, original price, listing price. Let me just reference that listing again. I already forgot what the price was. $50. And then boom, I have shared my listing. So that took me about 2 minutes and 45 seconds, according to my little timer I just did. Not that much time when you're listing a single item, but imagine doing that for like 10 more items that you just dropped. That adds like another half hour of work that I personally do not want to be doing, which is why I'm going to be showing you just how much easier the cross-listing tool makes it to speed up that entire cross-listing process and make it easier than ever. So I've got my laptop here and I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is to install and use Crosslister. So as you can see here, it says Crosslist and list to marketplaces automatically. It's got tons of different features like, of course, cross-list listings between all supported marketplaces. You can bulk delete listings, bulk mark as sold, automatically delist items, and manage your inventory. So we're gonna go ahead and start by just downloading the extension. It's super easy. Right here, you're gonna see install now. I, of course, already have the extension installed. So for me, it says removed from Chrome, but for you, it'll say install. All you have to do is click that and it will appear. So once the Crosslister is installed, just go ahead to your Depop or whatever marketplace you're using. Make sure you're logged in and you're gonna see the little Crosslister tool appear just on the sidebar here. You can cross-list pretty much as many items as you want at a time or do them in batches. but we're just gonna go ahead, click cross list. We're gonna select all the items that we want to cross list. Let's just do these 3 for now. And then just go ahead and click cross list. It is then gonna ask you which website you want to cross list to, and there are so many options. Like, as you can see, they got Etsy, Vinted, Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Grailed, Instagram, Shopify, like pretty much all the top reselling marketplaces. So for me personally, I'm just gonna cross list to Poshmark. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Poshmark Canada and cross list 3 items. As you can see, it's going to start opening new windows in your browser where it's going to automatically be creating new listings for you. So we're just gonna go ahead, let it do its thing. You can see the loading bar right here. And once that loading bar disappears, we can go right ahead into our listings. It looks like it's just finishing it up a little bit here. But as you can see, it has automatically created the listing for you. You've got all my pictures there that it imported from Depop, my description, the color, and the price. You do have to go in and make a tiny few adjustments, but nothing in comparison to creating your own listing. The tool is really smart. It actually takes the first line from your Depop and puts that as the title, which is great. I just like to go ahead and delete this part just so it's not repetitive. In this case, I do have to just quickly select the category and the size. I'll add my little vintage tag again, put in the original price. I always put that at 0 in Poshmark. And it's as easy as that. I'm just clicking next, list the item, boom, that item has been cross-listed. So as you can see, this just speeds up the process so much. And once I'm done one of my weekly drops, I can just go ahead and quickly pump out my cross listings without having to sit there for like an extra half an hour having to deal with it. The cross lister tool also has some other really cool features besides just straight cross listing. You can also bulk mark sold / delete items. So if I have like a ton of inventory that I just want to get rid of, I can go ahead and do that in just a few clicks. Once again, you're just selecting all the items that you want to delete and then mark sold / delete the item. But another really cool feature that CrossLister has that's definitely beneficial is their inventory manager. So basically, if you've cross-listed many different items to a bunch of different marketplaces, this essentially just combines them into one and helps you manage them all from one spot. So for example, if I wanted to add some items to my CrossLister inventory, I would just go ahead and select whichever items I want. Once again, hit cross list like normal, except this time we're actually going to just click on the top here where it says your inventory, and then just go ahead and select cross list 3 items. Once again, you're going to see it opening the window just like normal, like how we cross listed before. And you can just go ahead to that listing it's created on your dashboard where it has inputted all the information. If you have multiple sizes, you can do different variants, but for most of my listings, I do not have that. So I just uncheck it so it says the quantity is 1. And then you can go ahead and link whatever other marketplaces you have this item cross-listed to so that it is connected to your inventory. So for example, I have this item listed on Poshmark Canada as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that off. The one tedious part is you do have to go and find your listing and put the URL in there. So for example, I'm just going to my Poshmark, finding the Dickies pants, and quickly just copying and pasting that URL of the item to link it to Poshmark. And then if you had more items cross-listed, you can just go ahead and do the same for all your listings. And then just go ahead and hit track listing. So now if I navigate over to my listings, you'll see that those Dickies black pants are now located in my inventory. And from here, I can manage those listings from one spot. So this would be super beneficial if you have a lot of cross-listed items on a lot of different platforms, because that could definitely get very confusing. Let's just pretend these Dickies pants ended up selling on Depop. Typically, you'd have to then go to all of your other marketplaces that you've cross-listed to individually and mark it as sold. Whereas here with your inventory manager, I can just go ahead, click the Dickies black pants. You can see here, it says it's listed on Depop and Poshmark Canada. And then from just one click of a button, I can go ahead and delist from all marketplaces. So once again, you're going to see some windows opening. It's going to be doing some work in the background for you. And as you can see, that item still appears in my inventory, but now it just says that it's out of stock. And let's go back to that Poshmark listing, as you can see, it has now been marked as not for sale. And then if we head to my Depop, you'll see that that item is no longer on my page. It's been deleted. So this can definitely be helpful if you have a ton of different cross-listed listings on a ton of different marketplaces, just to help keep track of your inventory and make sure you're not going to double sell anything, because then you're in a little bit of a pickle. So this is going to mark everything as sold right away so that that doesn't happen. So I've been meaning to cross-list all my items to Vinted for a long time now, and the thought of it has just been very daunting because I have about 200 listings I need to cross-list. But I'm going to show you just how easy and how quick it's going to be to cross-list all of my listings to another marketplace. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start cross-listing, this time to Vinted Canada. Once again, Crosslister is going to do its own thing. As you can see, it handled cross-listing from Depop to Vinted very well. It's already got the size and everything, the price. All I really have to do is select the package size. So I'm gonna go with small. Oh, gotta put the brand. What's the brand? American Laundry. And boom, another item's listed. I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all 200 of my items and check back in with you guys to let you know exactly how quickly that ended up taking. So here's just a little sped up clip of me cross-listing to Vinted. Once you get in the groove of it, it is very, very easy and goes by very quickly. And guys, I swear, the day that I cross-listed all of these items to Vinted, within that same day, I already made a Vinted sale, which is like super, super quick. So if you needed a sign to cross-list all your items to Vinted, this is it. Okay, reporting back, I just finished listing all the rest of my items onto Poshmark. It ended up being 160 items that I had to cross-list. And guys, it only took me an hour and 15 minutes. That is super, super quick, because that means it took me on average about 30 seconds per listing, as opposed to the almost 3 minutes it took me to do it manually. Which means if I were to manually cross-list every single one of those 160 items, it would have taken me about 7 hours and 15 minutes. So I basically just saved myself like 6 hours of labor, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And I think my mind would have probably turned to mush at that point. So I'm so glad that that's finally done, because that was not getting done without the help of Crosslister. So as you guys can see, SellerAider's cross-listing tool just makes managing and cross-listing my inventory so much easier. This is a tool that I use every single week when I do my weekly drops, and I cannot recommend it enough. You know, in a day and age where we have so many reselling websites now, and they're all changing so rapidly, Crosslister makes it easier than ever to be able to just hop onto a different site and try it out. And what I especially love about SellerAider is that they are constantly updating their products. They are constantly making them better. For example, a mobile version of this is coming soon, which is really exciting. And apparently they're going to be integrating AI soon into the Crosslister tool to even help with creating your listing. So really exciting stuff on the horizon. So if this is a tool that sounds useful to you, you can actually try it for yourself completely for free with their free trial. And if you decide you really like it and you want to continue using it, just come back and use my link that I'm going to have in the description, where you're going to get $8 off of your first month. And I will get a small commission. So I really appreciate it when you guys click that link. And what I especially love too about this Crosslister tool compared to other competitors is the pricing. I personally think that it's very affordable. This is the pricing list page at only $12.99 per month for the standard option. So definitely give it a try, even if you're gonna use that free trial, you know, make the most of it. And I know a lot of my viewers actually already use this product. So if that is you, let us know in the comments your experience with it and the reasons why you guys really like it. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope I helped you guys discover a new tool that really saves you time, and at the end of the day, like, more time to actually do the stuff that counts towards your business. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next week.